Okay, welcome to another installment of Feel Free TV. Today I got with me the brother Randy Kearse. Thank you, Big. Thank you, brother, for coming up on here. Um, if you guys don't know, he is the founder of Reentry Strategies.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Reentry Strategies and how'd you come up with that?
Well, Reentry Strategies is a company that I created in order to fill a need within the state and federal prison system because there is a lack of uh, powerful or impactful reentry content materials within the just within the criminal justice system and the prison system altogether. So during my incarceration, I did 15 years in federal prison. I noticed that the materials that they did have weren't really relatable to the people that were needing them to hopefully succeed when they get out. So reentry strategies, we create innovative prison reentry content materials to help people succeed during and after incarceration. We create books, workbooks, virtual contents, videos, things of that nature from an experience of those who have already overcame those challenges, stigmas, and obstacles that one faces when they get out. So our materials are all over the country right now. We're on tablets within the prison systems and stuff like that. So we just filling a need, man, because people need to see people who have already succeeded after this experience of incarceration to be able to really grasp that it's possible. So yeah, that's what we do.
Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, how did this all come about?
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Unfortunately, I got caught up in the crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? I was out selling drugs and hustling and things of that nature. I came from a good background, good family, so I didn't come from that, so-called stereotypical dysfunctional family that one expects to make those type of choices that winds up putting them in prison or putting them in jail or even in the graveyard. You know what I'm saying? Had a very good family foundation, man. So, I got caught up, the money, the excitement, the attention, the reputation, the girls, the clothes, the jewelry, the cars, all of that excitement. And wound up getting sentenced to 15 years in federal prison, 1992. And I was 26 years old. I came home. I was pushing 41.
Wow. So how was your transition when you came home? Because evidently you didn't have what you created right now to help you make the transition. So how was your transition when you came home from incarceration?
Well, what we try to get people to understand, I started focusing on my transition while I was in. Okay. I didn't wait till I got out to try to figure out what I was going to do. I already had a plan. I already had goals. I already had pretty much everything that I knew that I needed to do once I got out. So I was preparing for all my transition when I was in there. And that's where a lot of guys fall short is they do all of this time. And then I've seen it with my own eyes. You do 10, 15, 20 years and 6 months or 60 days before you get out, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, and that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? So, my transition went smoothly. I came home. I didn't have anything. I didn't have nothing. All I had was my plans and my sheer determination and drive to succeed. That's what I had. And I knew that as long as I stayed focused on that I will be successful because one of the chapters that I wrote in my book, Changing Your Game Plan, how I used incarceration as a stepping stone for success, is called Reversing the Hustle. And reversing the hustle is basically taking the same amount of energy, the same amount of time, the same amount of passion, the same amount of drive, the same amount of integrity that you used when you was out there on the street doing wrong and put that into doing something positive and doing something right, you will succeed. You know what I'm saying? So I took that and just flipped it and reversed the hustle. So when I got out, I had to adjust to a couple of things, but not so much that I was stuck like thinking it was still the 90s when it's 2005. I came home. I knew about email. I knew about the internet. I knew about these things. I never used them, but I
Yeah.
kept abreast
You
on
were
all of
aware.
the changes. I was aware. So 2 weeks out, man, I was up and running, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was good. I was good money.
So you mentioned your book, Changing Your Game Plan, correct?
Yeah, changing your game plan, how I use incarceration as a stepping stone for success. It's about my life. It's about overcoming adversity. It's about change. It's about the challenge of change. It's about how I took a negative situation and turned it into a positive opportunity. And this is my personal journey of transformation while I was incarcerated and how it led to my success to this day.
Mm. So did you write your book while you was incarcerated?
I started this book while I was incarcerated because again I seen so many people just going through the motions of doing time, but they weren't really using time to its full advantage. They weren't really making good use of their time. So I wanted to create a blueprint for those who would be coming behind me on how to actually do time productively. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I always say it's not how much time you do, is what you do with the time that's most important. Because you have a lot of people that never been to prison who are still not doing nothing with their time. So, what's their excuse? You know what I'm saying? So just because you locked up don't mean life stops. You still can make use of your time because time is yours. That's your life. You have control over what you do with your time. They can take away your freedom and all of that and restrict your movements while you're incarcerated, but you still have the ability to control what you do in the course of a day as far as how you want to better yourself or grow or, just create a different version of yourself. You have still control over that. If you want to sit in the day room and watch TV for 3, 4, 5 hours and watch videos and BET and live life through the TV, then that's your choice. But if you decide to study, learn, teach yourself, self-teach yourself, you know what I'm saying? Grow mentally, emotionally, you know what I'm saying? And help resolve some of the issues, you're going to have a better chance of success when you get out.
That's definitely true. So, like, where can they find your book at?
Man, they can find my book anywhere, man. You can find it
Okay.
online. I used to walk the streets of New York and sell my books on the subway too, man.
Really?
A
Oh,
lot,
okay.
a lot of people used to see me on the train selling my book right here. I've sold over 100,000 copies of this book, hand
Wow.
to hand, hand to hand, not in
And
stores, hand to hand, hustling, grinding, just like I used to do when I was on the street, when I was hustling.
yeah.
I got the same grind, you know what I'm saying? So this book, you know what I'm saying, is a powerful book, but it also led to this workbook
Oh,
curriculum.
yeah. Wow. Okay.
It's called Changing Your Game Plan, the blueprint for success during and after incarceration. This is man, let me tell you something. This book right here, this right here, let me tell you something. If you really trying to enhance your chances of success when you get out here, man, this book is a powerful piece. It's over 50 what I call modules that I walk
Okay.
you through, and it really takes the reader down the road of change, hand in hand. I bring you face to face with your own personal truth. You know what I'm saying? And being able to give you an opportunity to really examine the choices that you made that got you where you are and the choices that you need to make in order to stay out and be productive in society. After each module, there's questions and answers that, you have to answer openly and honestly if you want to really, move on to, making some change in your life. There's a vocabulary building tool built inside each module because, sometimes brothers read stuff and we misunderstand a word and it just throws off the whole context of what we're reading. So I really want you to absorb and marinate all of the lessons that I'm giving you in this tool, man. It's a really powerful tool. So, that's what we do, man. We create stuff that brothers and sisters can really really hold on to and be able to make that positive change, man.
That's wonderful. So, what advice would you give to the younger generation?
Man, I would tell them, man, to not get caught up in the hype of the streets, of the illusion of what the streets offer you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might be exciting, it might be fun, but you have to understand the choices that you make today will and can impact you for the rest of your life. You know, so you have to be very careful about the choices that you make. You know what I'm saying? You got to pause sometimes and ask yourself, is this the right choice? Am I making the right decision? Because you be 16, 17 today, and you wake up and you'll be 40 years old, and then you're going to wonder where the time is, and then you're going to look back and you're going to have nothing to show for your life because you spent so much time dedicated to the street. You know,
Exactly.
I was the first time I got in trouble, I was 17 years old. And from the time I was 17 to the time I was 50, time I was 17 to the time I was 50, I was caught up in the criminal justice system in some kind of way. Jail, prison, probation, parole, on the run, all of these type of things. And it took me 33 years to
Wow.
get my life back, man. You know what I'm saying? That I don't have to worry about reporting to anybody. I don't have to worry about having an open case. I don't have to worry about going to jail. 33 years of my life, I allowed myself to be caught up in this illusion of the street, man. So that's what I tell cats, young people, man, be careful.
And you know, the crazy thing is I hate to say it because I love hip hop, but hip hop plays a major
Oh
part
yeah, yeah.
in that illusion that these youngsters see, and they think that it's all glory, it's all fun.
Yeah, I mean, the video is gonna make you make it sound exciting because that's how they make money. They selling the illusion, the smoke and mirrors, because fun when you look on TV, it looks all exciting and fun, you know, blah blah blah. But when you get them handcuffs on you and you stuck in that stink
It's
ass
not fun.
cell and you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you can't move around, ain't no fun. You know what I'm saying? People don't show you the flip side of that. People don't want to
Exactly.
expose the flip side of that. So I decided that when I came home that I was going to really give young people the truth about this lifestyle,
Exactly.
because you know what I'm saying, this is destroying, and you that's a good point that you made. Hip hop has destroyed a lot of people's lives, man, because they got caught up in that impression of what the streets is. And that's what entertainment, I mean, that's what the TV, movies, hip hop, a lot of this stuff does, man. And if you're not strong enough mentally to know that this is not the way to really go, then you're gonna fall victim to a lot of what's out there.
See, what I realize is that a lot of kids don't really understand that this is just entertainment. Hip
Mm-hmm.
hop is entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, these guys are not living that.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Because
if they are living that, they are really stupid because you're making a lot of money. You don't have to live that.
see, the thing is, for the things that they do, that they rap about, they would be under the jail
Exactly.
if 1% of them was doing that stuff. So
Exactly, right?
they get $1 million for selling that image, and the young person on the street wound up with 1,000,000 years because he actually went out
Exactly.
and tried to perpetrate the things that he's seen and heard through music and videos and entertainment and stuff like that. That's the sad reality of it. I've seen so many young men coming to the prison 18, 19 years old. They I mean, get a chance to live yet. I mean, I
Yeah.
went to jail, I was 26, but I mean, they 19, 18, you ain't did nothing yet, man. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand the gravity of the choices that you make today and how they can impact the rest of your life, man.
Exactly. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give a young Randy if you could go back in time and talk to 17-year-old Randy? What would you tell him?
I would tell them, man, make better choices, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what you want. You're gonna have to work hard for it. You know what I'm saying? And what you think that you're gonna get, like that instant gratification, you're gonna pay dearly for it. So you need to just stick in there. Cause like I said, I come from a good background. You know, I had jobs before. I know I'm not one of them type of guys that say, oh, I ain't never work a day in my life. No, I worked. I know that whole, you know what I'm saying, routine, because see what happens is now I'm 56 years old. And I mean, just thankfully I'm blessed to be able to have kind of put my life back together in some shape, form, or fashion where, you know what I'm saying, I'm not, you know, dependent on nobody. I don't have to ask nobody for nothing. I can take care of myself, pay my bills. You know, I got my own place, whatever the case may be. But most of my friends who didn't follow that path that I follow, you know, they got homes and they retired or retiring.
Yeah.
They got pensions and 401ks and they go on vacations, and you know what I'm saying? That's but I thought they were square, and I thought they were scared, and I thought they were soft and all of that. So I would tell my 17-year-old self that there's nothing wrong with being soft. There's nothing wrong with being scared. There's nothing wrong with wanting to live life by the real rules, you know what I'm saying, by the right rules. So yeah, that's what I would tell myself, man. And you know, and on pretty girls, they don't stick with you when you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? You lose all that. You lose all that. Pretty girls is gone, man. So that's what I would tell myself.
Okay. So you have a podcast. I think it's called a podcast, Reading, Writing, and Redemption.
Yeah, I have a podcast. I haven't really put out any episodes of it yet.
Okay.
But the podcast is focused on formerly incarcerated writers and how they use writing to redeem themselves and the lessons that they learn while they're incarcerated. I got some powerful content. I just been so busy. I haven't really been able to put the content out yet. But yeah, Reading, Writing, and Redemption, man, is just highlighting authors who have made a phenomenal change and use writing as a linchpin to rewrite the chapters or write new chapters of their life.
That's wonderful, man. That is wonderful. So you know what I like? I like that you went through these trials and tribulations, and now what you're doing is actually turning those trials and tribulations into something that can help yourself, that's profitable, and also you're saving lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
there's nothing more fulfilling than getting a letter from a brother that's in prison or a woman that's in prison, and they're telling me how my book, you know, impact their life, that literally changed their life. I get letters, I get people hitting me up on Instagram, sending me messages, thanking me for writing the books and doing what I'm doing. And, you know that you're really having an impact on somebody's life. I mean, I don't care, no matter awards or even not even money, man, because you're helping somebody, man. And, you know, that was my goal when I got out, was to be a positive influence within the community after being such a negative influence in the community, coming home and trying to straighten up some of the mess I helped create.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
It's
about giving back.
Yes.
Because you took from the community, so now it's your turn to give back.
Yes. And I give all of me, man. I'm a servant, man. I'm a servant. And I'm tell you that 100%. Anybody can tell you, they reach out to me and, you know, they need any advice or whatever, or they need me to mentor their child. I mean, a younger child or whatever case may be. Yeah, I'm a servant, man.
Exactly, as you should be, because we actually owe that to our community, to our people.
Yes,
we owe that. That's something we owe.
Yes.
So down here at the bottom, I got your information. So if anybody is interested in what they heard today, want to reach out to Randy, I have all his information right here: his Instagram, his Facebook, his LinkedIn, his website, reentrystrategies.com. So if anybody want to get in touch with the brother, please do that. And Randy, brother, I thank you for coming on here for the Feel Free TV, showing me some love and basically helping me build my platform and also helping me get your message out.
Listen,
I definitely appreciate it.
we got, I mean, if we're not going to support each other, man, you know what I'm saying, then we ain't doing the right thing, man. I got to support, you know what I'm saying? We also got to support each other, because people need to get this information, get this message. So I salute you with the work you're doing, man. And I hope you have much success, man. Anytime you need me, all you got to do is hit me up, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And with that, we signing off.
I have a question. I have a question for you. How did you learn about me? Because I mean, how were we connected? Like, how did you learn?
Okay.
How did you find me?
It had to be on Facebook. I think you was probably a friend of somebody else that was probably incarcerated with, that's doing something big, who I want to interview next. Joseph Robinson.
I don't know that name.
You know Joseph Robinson? I think he's a friend of yours or a friend or something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I, I'm not quite sure. He's from Brooklyn also.
Okay. I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna look him
Yeah,
up.
yeah. So I think he was a friend of his or
Okay.
something with Facebook. Something, it had
Gotcha.
to be with Facebook, and I was probably just going through, and I seen it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is right up my alley,
Gotcha.
stuff like
Gotcha.
this.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But it's definitely Facebook's. Facebook definitely get the credit for that, and the
Gotcha.
universe, you know how that works.
I got some other stuff that I'm doing, so I know I'm going to reach out to you to have you on some of my content and some of my
Definitely,
podcasts too. So we support each other, man, and make it do what it do, man.
and that's what we're supposed to do. Still sharpen steel, man sharpen man.
Exactly. Exactly.
Once again, brother, thank you. This has been Filthy TV, and we're signing off. Peace.